Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse. Today, Thursday, May 29th, 2025, we're heading in for Day 12 of the testimony in U.S. versus Sean Combs. It's raining, but we're heading in. Now, yesterday, they thought they would get to the second graphic victim, Mia, but it didn't happen. And one reason was because of the motion for a mistrial about the fingerprints. We did that yesterday in a separate vlog. But then in the afternoon, the stylist Deontay Nash, his direct, was interesting, very sassy, he called Maureen Comey girl. He said, yes, girl. But the cross took a lot longer. In fact, initially Judge Subramanian said, we'll keep the jury until 4 so that this witness can finish and fly back to California. He had a ticket. Maureen Comey said we're going to have to rebook him because Xavier Donaldson, who's so far done 3 cross-examinations, and there's a pattern there. If you check the transcripts, it's on Inner City Press, and week 3 on Google Play will be out shortly. Tomorrow is the end of week 3. Xavier Donaldson's cross was hard hitting. He asked him, apparently he found in the 3500 material, which is that the prosecution has to give the defense basically every piece of paper they have about their witnesses. Not long before they testify, but before they testify. And somewhere in those notes was apparently a notation that Maureen Comey noticed either an odor, maybe a certain redness of eye. Anyway, she asked, or he told it. Could be Deontay Nash said it. He said, I didn't say I was high, I said I was smoking. He appeared for his interview with the SDNY prosecutors, high as a kite. I don't know if he flew back to California that day, if he got rebooked. I don't know how much has been spent flying him around. I will say he was an interesting witness. And he's going to continue this morning, pretty soon. In fact, maybe before I put this up. So anyway, that's it. Then Mia, let's be serious. Mia is going to testify. And I think it's going to be a real point in the trial. Let's just put it that way. There's no mistrial granted, and now another victim is taking the stand. So there's that. There's other trials coming up here, and I have to... Every time there's a break, I run around the courthouse. I ran to the MAG court yesterday. There was a guy charged with sex with a minor. He was detained. Another guy just the other day was released, pushing a cop and shooting in the air. He hasn't actually been released yet because he has to meet the conditions, but he will meet the conditions. So we're all over these cases. But there's 2 trials coming up, and they both have an international flavor. One is for helping an oligarch, Kostin. There's going to be a hearing about supposed prosecutorial misconduct exceeding the scope of warrants signed by SDNY magistrates. And the other case is the co-defendant of McGonigal. McGonigal was an FBI agent. He pled guilty and was sentenced, but his co-defendant, Shestakov, who says he's nothing but a Russian interpreter, is now going to trial. And he's going to have a guy called Fokin testify, maybe by video, which is very rare, or by deposition in a federal trial to have a guy piped in. But this guy refuses to come to the U.S. because he thinks he'll be arrested. He refused to go to the UAE, I think, and do it by video. Judge Rakoff is all over it, and so are we. We also put in questions to the UN, of course, including about Mario Paciolla. He was an Italian idealist who went to work for the UN and ended up getting killed in the wilds of Colombia. And as we reported, all right, here I am. Just a sec. We'll call it off.